Yeah, so I guess that was 2016. My brother he struggled with drugs his basically entire adult life, even before that. And by the time he was like 12 or 13, he was into drugs. And he had gotten clean in 2014 and, really did some awesome stuff, for Christ. He found God, and then, hit a moment in his life that he felt that, needed to go back, and one time back, and overdosed and passed away in 2016. And that was definitely a moment where in his life it always seemed that his good stretches were when I was investing in time in him. And so for me personally, it certainly wasn't my fault, but I went there, quite a bit. Where what if I would have been investing in him at that moment? And I wasn't, and like I said, I beat myself up on that. But in that moment, that was probably around the time when I came to know a couple of really good people in the church, yourself included, Tyler Storms, that were really helping me understand what it is to be a man of God, to be a husband, to be a father, and to just kind of like living that example, and were there for me during that time. So
what was important about those relationships in that season?
In that season, especially, it was just really being there and talking, and just talking through things. I think I had mentioned to you in the past, well, when I'm investing in him, he's good, and I wasn't, and he had a bad moment, and that was it. And just kind of being a sounding board and being there listening, while I whine and complain, and of course, picking me back up. That was a really important thing for me personally during that time. Of course, my wife was huge, my parents, during that time. But having friends that are living life the way that I want to live as well, helping me understand how I need to continue to do that.
What are some things you notice in friendships, like character qualities that really stand out to you? What you talk about things that I look at those guys, I want to grow to be that. What are the things that stand out to you?
So man of faith, with humility, is huge. I mean, that's so countercultural. That's seen as weakness, when really, like in the Bible, it says that's like a strong man. And so it's very, very different from most people the types of people that they would typically want to surround themselves with. So man of faith, character with humility, always trying to better themselves. Where they're at is good, but how can I improve myself as a man of God, as a husband, as a father, as a individual, whatever it is. They're trying to succeed. And like I said, you guys during that time, as time went on after my brother's passing, my buddy Ryan from high school, we started to get close, and just having those people to watch how they're living and just model after that is so important.
How do you push past some of those initial, like that surface impression of somebody,
Sure.
and open up to real relationship?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because like I've got friends that are pretty weird dudes. You look at them and you're like, but pushing past that and just trying to get to the understanding of where is this person trying to go, and where am I trying to go? Are we trying to get to the same place? How can I learn from this individual? How can he learn from me? How can we help each other get there? I just think it's huge, and it's really just conversations like these. Like the conversation we're having right now. We've had a lot like them, and just trying to get to the point where if I know where you're trying to go, and it's similar to where I'm trying to go, I will. That's something that is very attractive to me, in the sense of, how can we help each other? You're never going to know how to help me and how to talk to me and how to build me up if I'm not being honest with you, and I would imagine you would probably pick that up, and then I would assume I'm out of that circle. You're not going to be like, hey man, you're out of my circle, but it's like I'm not being truthful, and people can perceive that, and then there's just really no true friendship. It's super shallow. I have a lot of people that I know and I'm friendly with and are my friends, but if one of those 3-4 people in my life challenges me, there's a problem with me. there's not a problem with what they're saying. Is my immediate mindset. This person loves me, and they're trying to tell me, you know, and we've had conversations where I'm like, am I being an idiot here? You know, if you would say yes, then at that moment, then I know, like, whatever I'm doing, I got to stop it, or I have to make adjustments. And so I get to the point where, as long as I fully respect that individual, and understand that they're for me, you can tell me anything, and,
Right.
and that's that.
So for you, that's a really small group.
Yeah,
Okay.
very small. I will take advice from others, but typically what I would do is I would bring that advice to my small group
Yeah.
and say, hey, what do you think about this? So to be completely honest, I kind of stumbled into them. You know, Stephanie, my wife, she had mentioned when we started coming to CEFC, hey, we should serve, you know, we should help out somewhere. And we love kids, and so she was like, why don't we try youth group? And so I spoke with you, and we started serving there, and through that time, you know, we helped out, and then afterwards, you know, we talked for an hour or two, and then that's where Tyler came along, and we really started to foster a relationship and start to really understand that we're trying to get to the same place. And well, at least that's exactly when I started to figure that out. We're all trying to get to the same place. I think we're trying to do it the same way. All right, these are the guys. These are my people. So like I said, I stumbled into it, but, you know, that came through, you know, taking time, sacrificing, and helping out and being around people that, looking back, it's obvious those are people that are trying to do the same thing that I'm trying to do. But at the moment, I was just like, let's help out.
Yeah. So a big piece of somebody diving into serving.
Yeah. Find somebody or a group that you can serve with, that you can help people together, or just find something that you really like to do, and then find other godly men or women to do that thing with you. You know, for us, it's basketball, and you know, it was youth group as well. Just finding groups of people that you can live life with and try to understand where they're coming from and where they're trying to go.